Let's get things started. Ready? Go!
Hello and welcome to Bounty on a Comics. My name is John Trent. I'm the founder and editor-in-chief at Bounty on a Comics. And today, I've got a story about ScreenRant wanting Legendary Pictures to erase Minoru Mineta from the upcoming My Hero Academia live-action film. Before we get to that, I'd like to ask if you could please hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube does like to unsubscribe people for whatever reason. And then hopefully by the end of this video, I will have earned your like, and that you'll give us a like, and that you'll also share this video with your friends and family. So let's get into the meat of the story. As I said, ScreenRant and author Emily Clute called for the erasure of My Hero Academia character Minoru Mineta from the upcoming live-action film being created by Legendary. In an article titled "The Live-Action My Hero Academia Movie Must Cut One Problematic Character," Clute writes, "Mineta Minoru has been one of the most divisive My Hero Academia characters. Here's why he needs to be eliminated from the live-action movie." Clute specifically claims Mineta needs to be removed for his, quote, sexually charged antics. End quote. She writes, "This behavior is exactly why Mineta needs to be cut from the live-action movie." As the article continues, Clute lists her laundry list of objections to Mineta. She writes, "He has made inappropriate comments towards female classmates and heroes alike, objectified their bodies, and taken any chance he can find to spy on them, like in the locker rooms and during their trip to the hot springs. He has groped his classmates without consent on multiple occasions, grabbing Asui's chest during the USJ attack, attaching himself to Yamamo, and taking advantage of rescuing Ashido Mina to press himself against her breast." Who concludes the article citing the hashtag #MeToo movement. She writes, "In a cultural climate that is fighting for sexual assault to be taken seriously, especially with the rise of the hashtag #MeToo movement, including Mineta Minoru in the live-action My Hero Academia film would be a disservice." So, it's easy to object to Mineta's behavior and his, quote, sexually charged antics. In fact, both the manga and the anime routinely show that Mineta's behavior is wrong and inappropriate. As an example, in Chapter 70, when Class 1A is about to go to training camp during their summer break, Mineta can only think of a, quote, bountiful babe buffet. However, while Mineta drools in anticipation, Kirishima comments, "You're starting to cross the line." In the next chapter, when they actually arrive at training camp, Mineta attempts to scale a wall separating the men and women's bathing facilities. As he reaches the top, a young Koda appears and knocks Mineta back down, telling him, quote, "A hero, really? Try learning how to be a good person first." In fact, even before he starts climbing up the walls, Ida tells him, "Stop that at once, Mineta. What you're considering would bring shame to both yourself and our female classmates." In the anime adaptation leading up to this scene, Mineta is even lectured by Aizawa, aka Eraserhead, to behave himself. Aizawa tells him, "They're separated by gender and you'll behave yourself." In another instance, when Mineta begins foaming at the mouth, Aizawa attacks him with his binding cloth and tells him, "I expect you all to be on your best behavior today." When Mineta tries to spy through a peephole into the girls' locker room, he's met with a strike to the eye from Kyoko Jiro. Ashida expresses her disgust, saying, "Thanks, Kyoko." Momo Yayorozo adds, "Despicable. We'll close up this hole immediately." One of Mineta's biggest challenges is his final exam, where he's teamed up with Hantasero and tasked with either defeating or escaping from Midnight. The task is especially challenging for Mineta given his inclinations. But on top of that, Midnight's quirk is called Somnambulist and allows her to put nearby people to sleep using an aroma from her body. It works better on males than females. Midnight easily disables Zero from the very beginning, so Mineta must devise his own strategy to not only overcome his own inclinations towards women, but Midnight's powerful quirk. It works, and he's able to get past Midnight, rescue Zero, and escape in order to pass the final exam. So it's pretty clear that Mineta's behavior is not approved by his fellow classmates, and he's routinely criticized for his perverted behavior. And the character's behavior should not be a reason to cut him from the upcoming live-action film. First off, he was created by Koei Horikoshi, the creator of My Hero Academia, and has been a relatively important character throughout the series. On top of that, Mineta's perverted behavior is a character flaw, and as demonstrated during the final exam, it's something that he can work to overcome to truly go plus ultra. Arguing to cut out Mineta from the story because of his behavior is kind of the same as arguing to cut Bakugo because his behavior of bullying Deku in the beginning of the story. It's stupid. And let me elaborate here, but if you cut out Bakugo, you wouldn't have the awesome rivalry between him and Deku, and you wouldn't have the amazing character growth Bakugo undergoes that has eventually led him to acknowledge his past behavior as wrong and ask forgiveness from Deku for it. It's quite possible Mineta will have a similar arc, and he will realize his perverted behavior is wrong, and eventually apologize for it and overcome his past bad behavior. You never know, the story is still being written. In fact, that growth appears to be happening, as in chapter 241, while receiving media training from Mount Lady, Mineta comments to Eraserhead, not too long ago she didn't give a crap about anything except being on camera. Similar to Mineta only caring about chasing women. Aizawa responds to Mineta saying, Mount Lady's not the only one who has changed. Every hero out there is being pulled up by the #1 hero's rising tide, hinting that Mineta might be undergoing a change as well. And then there's also the fact that Mineta was the 18th most popular character when Shonen Jump conducted its first popularity poll for My Hero Academia. He beat out the likes of Endeavor, Zero, Mount Lady, Stain, Midnight, and Shigaraki. So to conclude, no, Legendary should not cut out Mineta from the upcoming live-action My Hero Academia film. He is a member of Class 1A, and he should stay that way. ScreenRant, like they seemingly always are, has a garbage take. It's my opinion on the matter. My name is John Trent, and you've been watching Bounding into Comics.